Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title and probably the thumbnail, we're going to be talking a little bit about the vaccination process and the reopening of the borders here in Trinidad and Tobago. Before I move forward, I would just like to say a disclaimer that I am, however, no means a vaccination specialist or someone who is on the vaccination team here in Trinidad and Tobago. However, I am a medical student, and I think as a medical student you have to keep abreast of what is going on in the world, especially in the health sectors, and that is why right now I'm telling you based on my own research and my own studies and keeping up with the news here in Trinidad and Tobago, keeping up with everything that is going on health-wise, so I could be able to really relate this to you. On Saturday the 17th July 2021, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley will commence opening or reopening the borders of Trinidad and Tobago. However, to keep peace and order here in Sweet TNT, there are few restrictions that are being applied. The first strict restriction is that there's only going to be one port of entry into the country, which is the Piaco International Airport. That is to provide quality control and population estimation in case anything was to go wrong, or in case a new variant was supposed to come out, God forbid, they would know where it came from and who it came with, especially the place that it come from. In his briefing, the Prime Minister has separated the group of people that will be coming into Trinidad and Tobago in three main groups or three main categories. These categories include the fully vaccinated legal residents of Trinidad and Tobago, the unvaccinated legal residents of Trinidad and Tobago, and also non-nationals. First, we're going to go through the fully vaccinated legal residents. And first, we have to ask ourselves, what does fully vaccinated mean? According to the World Health Organization, a fully vaccinated person is defined as someone who has received the required number of doses of a WHO-approved vaccine and 2 weeks have elapsed since the final dose has been administered. Those who are fully vaccinated will need to show proof of a negative PCR test no older than 72 hours. There will be no need to quarantine, and also children with these said parents who have a negative PCR test will be able to go home. Now let's dive into the unvaccinated legal residents of Trinidad and Tobago. Basically, what does it mean to be unvaccinated? It is the opposite of vaccinated. Someone who has not meet the requirement or haven't taken the doses that is required by a WHO vaccine. Those who are unvaccinated will have to show a proof of a negative PCR test no older than 72 hours, as well as they have to go into a state supervised quarantine for 14 days, and this will be onto their expenses. It's not going to be state expense. You have to go into quarantine and spend your money on food, lodging, etc. etc. So now lastly, let's go into the non-nationals. Now non-nationals who are not vaccinated will not be allowed to enter the country at this time. Therefore, no tourists, no cruise ships, no one to basically see our beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago. That will have to be done at a later date when the Prime Minister addresses the country and allow that to happen. So you may be asking, what vaccinations or what vaccines do we have here in Trinidad and Tobago? We have three main types. As of now, we have three main types of vaccines that we use here. That is the BIBP vaccine or the Sinopharm vaccine. Next we have the BioNTech or the Pfizer vaccine. And lastly we have the Oxford or the AstraZeneca vaccine. So now we're just going to go through these vaccines just to tell you a bit about it and give you a little bit of an idea of what vaccines that we have here and what type of vaccines that they are. So the first one we have is the Sinopharm vaccine. This type of vaccine is an inactive vaccine. What does it mean to be inactive? Inactive meaning it uses the killed version of the germ that causes the disease or the virus, right? They don't usually provide long-term immunity, so therefore people with this vaccine may have to go back later on for booster shots. Numbers of shots given, 2 shots, at most 4 weeks apart. How is it given? It is shot in the upper muscle in the upper arm, that's about right here, And who is it for? This vaccine is specifically for people who are 18 years or older. Next, we have the Pfizer vaccine, and this type of vaccine is an mRNA vaccine. Now, what mRNA stands for? It is a new type of vaccine actually, and this basically teaches our cells how to make a protein or even just a piece of protein, and it triggers that immune response inside of our bodies. That immune response, which produces antibodies, is then protects us from what getting affected from the real virus when the real virus enters our body. Numbers of shots: two doses are given at least 21 days apart. How is it given? It is given the same as the Sinopharm vaccine in the upper muscle in the arm, about right here. Who is it for? This is for people who are 12 years and older. And lastly, we have the AstraZeneca vaccine, and this type of vaccine is a viral vector vaccine. This is made from a weakened version of a common cold virus, and it has been modified. It has been modified to contain genetical material such as a COVID virus. Although it cannot cause the illness, right? Once injected, it teaches the body immune system how to fight the real virus. So this is somewhat similar to the Sinopharm vaccine, but it's more safe, I would like to say. The numbers of shots given: two shots between 6 to 8 weeks apart. How is it given? Just as you order two in the upper muscle in the arm. And also, who is it for? This is for people who are 18 years and older. So where can I travel with these vaccines? There is a limitation on the places of travel, such as with the Sinopharm vaccine. It has been said that the places such as Canada is not going to allow people into the country who uses this Sinopharm vaccine. They have an approved list of vaccines to people who are willing to come into the country, as well as countries such as the UK. Some parts of the UK are not allowing people to use the Sinopharm vaccine to come in the country, as well as the European Union, some European Union countries. They have requirements, and they have other vaccines that they want to use in order to, if you want to come into that country. Also, the US has recently approved the entering the country with the Sinopharm vaccine. However, you have to be doing a PCR testing, you have to be doing quarantining, etc., etc. But that doesn't mean you cannot go anywhere with the Sinopharm vaccine. It is approved by approximately 50 something countries. I am going to show you the list of these countries. The AstraZeneca vaccine is approved by approximately 119 countries, and the Pfizer vaccine is also approved by more than 90 countries. This is an extensive list of these approved countries, so if you would like, you can pause the video and look at the list if you're willing to travel, if you want to travel right now. Bear in mind, this is only if the country is allowing people inside of the borders. Pause the video, or you could check the link in the description below, which I will have all the listing for you, and showing you what country it is with the vaccines that are approved to enter this country. I also strongly recommend that you consult with a consultant, a doctor, a nurse, or someone who is in the public hospital or private hospital. Also, I know that before you take the vaccines, they're supposed to consult with you to make sure that you don't have any allergies, you don't have any immunodeficiency problems, you don't have any severe past medical history, or you have any certain trauma that is going to happen to your body after you take this vaccine. And in other news, on Monday the 19th, July 2021, the country is also going to be opening certain restaurants, and non-contact sports be able to go back out. It just shows that, the progression the country is making, and that we are working hand in hand with the citizens, with the government, with the private sectors, with public sectors, and we are trying to eradicate this virus in order to gain back our normal life here in Trinidad and Tobago. That is the end of this video. It's very, very short. It's just to give you a little update on the COVID-19 and the reopening of our borders here in Trinidad and Tobago and how it's going to be done. I'm going to be putting links in the description below, so you could also check those out to get more information on all of these. If you came to the end of this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. It will help me a lot, as well as you will be helping a little Tobago boy's dream come true. As well as I would like you to add me on all my social media, which is just Anthony Godard with Extra Jeff the Godard. TikTok is coming soon, by the way. I have to create that account, and I don't know why I haven't created it as yet, but I am coming on TikTok very, very soon, so look out for that. And as well, please stay safe. Yes, we're being vaccinated and stuff like that, but please stay safe. Not only because of the COVID and stuff like that, there's a lot of craziness happening in the world right now, and I don't want anyone to be hurt or to be damaged in any way. That is the end. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.